What aura do people feel when they first meet you? Are you instantly respected? Do you have an aura of inner authority? Are you charismatic? Do people crave to be in your presence? If not, then you need to work on your inner state. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about in this video. A very important subject if you're trying to develop an executive presence and elevate your communication skills. What we're going to talk about today is the law of state transference, which is basically how you feel is going to directly impact how people feel in your presence. If you're feeling confident, people are going to feel confidence. If you feel insecure, people are going to feel insecure. This is Shaka from Mind's Eye Status. Let's dive right into it. Now, this isn't just woo-woo language. The reason this works is it is psychologically claimed that we have mirror neurons, right? Everybody has mirror neurons. There's a phenomenon in psychology called emotional contagions. That is, people will feel the most prominent state that you are in, the most potent emotion that you have that you're carrying with you. People are going to feel that. This is why the law of state transference exists. Your emotion transfers onto the person that you're with. So in this video, we're going to talk about exactly how to shift your energy. By the way, if you want one-to-one support on your communication skills so you can level up, you can book a call with myself or my team for a free 10-minute communication audit. There's a link in the description. So let's get into it. Firstly, as a rule of thumb, I'm going to drop something very powerful here. Get ready. As a rule of thumb, what you do in private is your public aura. Have you ever met somebody who just has an aura? You just want to be around them. They are magnetic. You can't get enough of this person. Everybody craves the attention of this person. That's because they have an aura. They're giving off a certain energy. And it's not just because of how they hold themselves in public. Anybody can fake it, but it doesn't last long. People see through fake confidence. We see it as arrogance. Everybody has an inner, barometer to figure out and gauge whether somebody's being authentic or not. What I'm teaching you is how to be genuinely authentic and exude authentic charisma. The reason these people have that public aura is because of what they do in private. How do you communicate to yourself? What beliefs do you have? These are some very important questions. So bring out your notebooks. This isn't just another random YouTube video that you're scrolling by. Ask yourself these types of questions. What are my beliefs? And very important, what are my unhelpful assumptions? Very important. I'm learning this from Neville Goddard at the moment. He's a spiritual teacher talking about subconscious beliefs. Your outer reality is simply a reflection of your inner state. Everything you see, the way people treat you. Do people treat you with respect? If you're single, are women attracted to you effortlessly? Or men, if you're a woman watching this? Do job opportunities flow to you effortlessly? Does business come to you effortlessly? If it doesn't, then that's simply a reflection of your inner state. I know a lot of people don't like hearing that because people don't like accepting responsibility. They want to put responsibility on their failures outside of themselves. Oh, it's because of my trauma. Oh, it's because of the color of my skin or my height or my lack of degree in education, this and that. Those are all excuses. Sure, some of these things might matter a little bit, But overall, you are the creator of your own reality. So when you have certain assumptions and internal beliefs, that is now the energy you're carrying with you throughout your day, okay? And because that's the energy that you're carrying with you, the law of state transference dictates that people are going to feel that. I'll give you an example. Imagine one of your assumptions is that everybody is malicious, everybody is out to get me. That's your subconscious assumption. That's your belief. When you go to an event, a social gathering, with that belief that people don't have my best interests at heart, they're out to get me, they're malicious, your sub-communication, your nonverbal communication is going to reflect that. And what you exude, you're going to receive. People are now going to feel, this person seems a bit suspicious. This person seems a bit negative because you are, because of this belief that you have. And how do you think they're going to start treating you then? They are simply the outer world reflecting back to you what you believe and what you feel internally. So change your internal state. Be proactive and conscious about it. For example, going on that previous one on maliciousness, do not assume malice. I don't even know if you guys can read this. I don't know why that's a question mark either. Many questions. Do not assume malice. When you assume that people are out to get you, they're going to come after you. Okay? This is why they've even done studies. The people who get robbed the most are the ones that look the most vulnerable, are the ones that have the worst body language. If you want a body language guide, you can message me on Instagram, body language, and then there should be an automation for a free guide. So, do not assume malice. I'm just looking at my notebook here. And what you do in your private life, what you believe about yourself, is going to create more and more of this reality. So the real question now is, how do we change our state? It's by focusing on a few things. How to change your state. Which is what people feel. Okay? First, check your beliefs. What do you believe to be true? What do you believe to be true about the world, about yourself? Do you believe, for example, I see this a lot, do you believe that you need to attain a certain level of success, or maybe you need to look a certain way in order to start gaining respect from people, in order to start attracting the opportunities that you need into your life? Then you're good enough. If that's your belief, you'll never be good enough. But if you shift that to, I am enough and I am attracting opportunities because that's the path I'm on, and you really believe that, those emotions are going to send a signal out to the universe and it's going to be drawn back to you. This is how it works. So what are your beliefs? Secondly, focus on presence and energy. Presence is essentially mindfulness. Energy is your emotional state. This is the first module that we go over with our clients. Again, if you want one-to-one support for all of this, for your specific situation, book a call in the description. Presence and energy. Presence is mindfulness. A big mistake that affects how people perceive you is you not being present to the moment. This is why most people are overthinking when they're in group settings, when they're public speaking, when they're meeting new people, when they're about to close a big deal. They're overthinking, they're in their head, meaning they're not present to the moment. That's why the very first thing we do with our clients is get them present to the moment, because that's where spontaneity takes place. That's where creativity is born. That's where beautiful relationships are molded and created. That is where you are in touch with God. That's God consciousness. It's in the present moment. I don't know what I'm going to say next, apart from a couple of lines of notes here I have here. This is all spontaneous, and I can do this because I'm present to the moment. Energy. If you're not present, what's going to happen is you're going to have energy reflecting the thoughts that you're thinking. So if you're thinking, how do I look? I feel nervous. I wonder if anybody's going to judge me in this event. Your emotions are going to reflect those thoughts. And then that state is going to be affecting your environment. Law of state transference. People feel how you feel. Imagine you go to, I'll give you an example. Imagine you go to a doctor, 2 different doctors, because you have a weird pain in your left elbow. You say, Doc, I have a weird pain in my left elbow. The first doctor says, gee, I don't know. Maybe you can try this medicine and that medicine. Maybe you should get surgery. Maybe we should do an x-ray. I don't know. Here, try these 3 things. Then he gives you the prescription. You hold it and you think, so what is it specifically, Doc? Is this going to help? He says, I don't know, maybe, we'll see. How confident are you going to feel? You're going to feel the uncertainty of that doctor. Second doctor you go to. Hey, Doc, I got this weird pain in my left elbow. Says, okay, stretch it out. Okay, now close. Does it hurt when I do this? Interesting. And then he's silent for 2 minutes and he's writing. He's taking notes. And he says, here's what you're going to do. You're going to go get an x-ray. You're going to take this painkiller and you're going to see me again on Tuesday. What do you think, Doc? Does it look bad or is it going to heal? Doc says, maybe he even doesn't know, but his certainty in his ability is what you feel. He says, it's too soon to tell, but do the x-ray, take the painkillers, and we'll reassess on Tuesday. Even if he doesn't know the answer, you feel confidence, you feel certainty from him. This is what you're doing in your everyday life, both personally and professionally. People are going to feel how you feel. We've all seen a public speaker who is on stage, very nervous, doesn't acknowledge their nervousness, and everybody else kind of feels awkward. And then you get another public speaker who maybe they're nervous as well, but he says, guys, I don't really do much public speaking. I'm super nervous, but I have some notes and let's get through it. Everybody actually relaxes because it's relatable. It's human. There's an element of self-acceptance. Self-acceptance is a major key, by the way, for developing the right aura, because it signals a lack of resistance. A lack of resistance. So, to recap, what are you doing in your private life that's affecting your public aura? Do you have integrity with your thoughts, your values, your belief systems? Do they align with the version of yourself that you want to be? If not, then you're simply going to be creating more of that undesirable reality. This is a fact. Secondly, don't assume malice. Don't assume what people are thinking. Don't assume people are out to get you, because that's going to be reflected again. And finally, practice presence and energy. I believe in you. I've done this myself. There are some videos hidden away in the dark corners of the internet of little Sharko when he was very awkward and insecure, even when he was trying to make videos. You can probably find him. I transformed myself. You can do it as well. Again, if you want support with this, you can book a call in the description, a free 10-minute communication audit. If you're new here, thank you so much. Welcome. Welcome to the family. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys next week.